Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how you could install Android Studio on your computer. Now in the previous tutorial we have learned how you could download and install the Java JDK and how to set up the environment variable within our computer. So make sure that you have installed the Java JDK and also you have set up the environment variable on your computer before downloading or installing the Android Studio. So in order to install Android Studio, we simply go on Google and type download Android Studio, and the first link which pops up is going to be the download link for Android Studio. So we simply click on it, and as you could see, this is the Android Studio, and Android Studio is basically the official Android IDE, and IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So this software right here is going to allow us to write the code for our Android application, and also it is going to provide us with a small emulator right like this so that we could run our Android applications into it. So basically, before installing the Android Studio, what I would like to recommend is you go and read the system requirements for Android Studio, and that is because Android Studio is a bit slow on computers which have low RAM. So for example, the system requirements which are specified for Windows are that you should have a 2 GB RAM minimum and 4 GB RAM is recommended. So if you have a 4 GB RAM, you don't need to worry, but if you have a 2 GB RAM, it is not going to be sufficient to run Android applications, and that is because this Android Studio has an emulator built in which is going to allocate some memory to the emulator or to the virtual device. So it is going to create a virtual device for us so that we could run our Android applications, and it needs to allocate some memory separately to it. So you need at least 4 GB of RAM if you want to install the Android Studio. It works on 2 GB RAM, but the thing is that it takes a lot of time for the emulator to load up, and you'll have to wait a lot for the app to get running on the emulator. And also make sure that you have the 400 MB hard disk space, and the rest of the requirements are pretty much the same. So after reading the system requirements, you click on this download Android Studio button, and it is going to redirect you to this page. And after reading this terms and conditions, if you wish to read it, go through it and then click on this button right here and simply click download Android Studio for Windows. Now I'm not going to download Android Studio, and that is because I already have Android Studio installed on my computer. So the thing is that once you have clicked this button, your download will start right over here, and once the download is completed, you simply need to go to your download folder and run this installation file, which is androidstudio.exe. and once you run it, you will be guided through the installation process of Android Studio. And make sure that you have the internet connection while you are installing the Android Studio, and that is because the setup of Android Studio is going to download some of the packages for Android development. So make sure that you don't disconnect your internet connection in between the installation process. And also I would like to mention that it takes a while for Android Studio to completely install on your computer, and that is because, as I mentioned earlier, it is going to install some download some packages from the internet onto your computer, and then it is going to install it. So it totally depends upon your internet connection speed. So if you have a good speed, it is going to install a bit faster as compared to if you are having a slow internet connection. So once you have installed the Android Studio, we'll be able to develop our own Android apps. So in the next tutorial, we are going to create a basic simple Android application which is going to display some text onto our computer. So that's it for this tutorial, and thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.